Welcome everyone to another episode of How the Hell Did This Go #1? But I could have said not just welcome, I could have said welcome back.
Welcome back.
Ah,
The same old place that you laughed about.
Well, before we sort of go into a little bit more of that, I'm Kirk Buchner. I'm your host. I'm the owner, the operator of NotInHallOfFame.com, the fictitious Athlete Hall of Fame, the fictitious Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. We're going to be doing a big announcement next week. Actually, the two of you should be part of that sort of show. We're going to be announcing the class of 2022. We would have done it earlier, but unfortunately, COVID sort of made some of the fictitious people have to sort of call in sick. Okay, I'm really behind, but that's really what it is. And also the United States Athletic Hall of Fame. You can vote on that, www.notinhalloffame.com/USA, and it's for the United States Athletic Hall of Fame. Because guess who came up with it? This guy!
That guy.
Yeah, no one else did. So rather than just saying welcome to another episode, welcome back. And I have to bring this over to my two co-hosts, Brad Nelson, but of course, Andrea Tessmann. Because Andrea, this was your choice. Why do you go with Welcome Back by John Sebastian?
It's a really unlikely #1. It's kind of, it's a theme song from a TV sitcom. It's just kind of smarmy and it's not difficult to listen to. There's no real substance to it. Mm-hmm. It's catchy. But, I mean, the Lovin' Spoonful's got some bangers, so...
They do. But you know what else you can catch? Is a ball for the Super Bowl. I know this is the worst segue, but I mean, I have to do sort of a bit of business here. Wow. Run with me, Andrea and Brad, with this.
All right. We could have set up a better segue than that.
No. I could have. I didn't.
Master of the segue.
All right. So Blart, true master of the segue. We're going to be. Hey, do you know who's actually bringing us here? It's our friends at BetStamp.
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 Oh, now, BetStamp. That's a totally different thing.
Not BedStamp, you pervert. BetStamp. Okay, no, Brad, do that. That's okay. I mean, I already go against copy anyway, so run with it.
No, we're good.
We're good? Okay.
Yeah, I can't lower the bar anymore, or people are going to have to dig to find it.
Okay, well, BetStamp, let me tell you about that. So gamblers, guess what's coming up pretty soon? Huh? The Super Bowl. Now, I know that my friends here, Brad and Andrea, may not be watching it as intently as I am. They'll be watching it. I mean, Brad, you'll watch it because you want to see what Rihanna's wearing, right?
First of all, I love the superb owl. I think the owl is amazing. I love seeing pictures of him.
Sounds like an album title by Jethro Tull.
Yeah, Jethro Tull presents Superb Owl.
I even lost my train of thought.
Super Bowl.
Super Bowl. The Superb Owl, the Super Bowl. Well, that's coming. So maybe you want to bet on something. You don't have to bet on just the score. You can bet
Can I bet on the commercials?
That's the one with that's the one with commercials.
Way to take the wind out of his sails
here for this one. But yes.
Bet on how many nipples we'll see.
You actually just sort of wrecked a joke I was about to do, but anyway.
We're both just walking on you.
But that's okay. Here's what BetStamp does. Super Bowl's coming up, and let's say you want to make a wager on that, because I might want to make a wager. You don't have to make a wager just in the game. You can make a wager on the color of Gatorade. And what BetStamp will do, like all the companies that make wagers, think of it as the Trivago of gambling. Huh? The Trivago of gambling. And this is actually something sort of near and dear to my heart, because my lovely wife and I say hi, lovely wife. Hi. There. Huh? I am married. That's proof.
Okay. Hi, Pauline.
Yes. Okay. The additional interaction sort of helps to prove that I am married, because with that, I
figured we should make sure that they realize that wasn't a pre-recorded voice.
Andrea has met her. I haven't. So there's still a doubt.
That is true. We were all neighbors. But with that, the Trivago of betting, and like Pauline and I, we're about to go to Cuba. We're taking a lot of time to try to figure this out. Well, this is what this can do. who we don't know exactly at this point as we're recording who's going to be in the Super Bowl, or really like any game. If you've got a line in mind, if you've got an idea what you think is going to happen, this is the place to go. So if you think, let's say, I don't know, let's just say hypothetically Cincinnati advances and you think Cincinnati is a lock, you're going to take the best odds possible. Wouldn't you, Brad? Wouldn't you, Andrea?
Of
I
course.
would.
All right, well, this is the one-stop shop to sort of do that, and that's BetStamp. So if you've got an account with, let's say, William Hill, 888bet, or all the other accounts that you could possibly have, this is going to put like a big sort of like a nice canvas where you can figure out where's the best odds. And that is what you should do as a gambler. Makes sense, doesn't it? And guess what? I have got a code for you.
You have code?
I have a code. It's called BUCK. BUCK 25, because see, the buck stops here, and maybe we'll make you $25,000 or just $5.
Hey,
You can remember.
any win's a win.
Yeah, a win's a win. $1.25. Also, too, if you're not a good gambler like I am, I technically suck at gambling, but you can follow great gamblers on this. If you sort of like do a future prop, you can actually sell your bet, or sort of like get that to other people. It is the one-stop shop for all
Betting
gamblers.
futures. I
It
said you're
is.
betting futures.
It is. You can do this. I've never heard of anything like this. I'm so proud to be part of this. And okay, even if you're not a gambler, just do this, please. I'm
Check it
struggling
out.
here.
Check it out.
I mean, like Brad did it. He doesn't gamble for anything. I mean, he might gamble when he goes on his dating sites and stuff like that. Like,
That's a gamble.
it is a gamble. It's like, God, I hope that this picture is like within 15 years. But I mean, like, help us out. We're struggling here. Okay, I know I went against copy, guys, but hopefully
Again.
work out.
All right, shall we get on with the song?
Well,
Welcome back to the regularly scheduled program.
Yeah, well done. Well done. I just want to point out too that in the last one, I'm not necessarily the one who's the train wreck when I say train wreck going off the track. So anyway, yeah. So John Sebastian, Andrea, you brought this up earlier, the Love and Spoonful. The Love and Spoonful, Rock and Roll Hall of Fame inductees, and they should be. Excellent band that gave us a lot of great songs in the late 60s. Hot Time, Somewhere in the City.
Back of my neck getting sweaty and gritty.
Yes, that's probably my favorite one from them. You didn't have to be so nice.
That was their only number one, I believe.
But they had other songs.
Oh, they had a ton of top 10.
Oh, yeah.
Tons of great songs.
And John Sebastian was one of their leaders. What I didn't know, as I was sort of like doing my research for this, was how society or counterculture society kind of turned on them when one of their members, a Canadian, got
caught with some pot.
Which is, from a 2023 point of view, gives a crap. But
it was the 60s, and you're in a band. You should, like, wasn't that a prerequisite?
it was, but not if you're the fuzz, man. Not if you're the fuzz.
But yeah, what got them wasn't that he got caught.
Right.
It's that when he was threatened with being deported back to Canada, he ratted out his dealer, and that just threw all credibility, and he left the band.
As it should, frankly.
Mm-hmm.
As it should.
Snitches get stitches or sent back to Canada.
Said by 3 Canadians, but still, that's true. The credibility of this group was hurt bad. Now, it's not something that would go online, of course, because there wasn't such a thing, but it did kill them temporarily. Well, I guess forever, because that was sort of the it for them. But they all sort of persevered. Now, John Sebastian, for me, is an interesting person too. I watched, I don't know how much stuff on the original Woodstock. I don't recall finding footage of him doing his set, mainly because
I couldn't find it either. But he was apparently higher than giraffe balls.
Nor was he even supposed to be doing a set. I think, and I could be wrong, so I apologize if I'm wrong on this. So in 1994, when they did the 25th anniversary Woodstock, and they were doing, of course, all the corporate commercials for that, they had some people like had been for a beer, and like so. Do you remember when we did this? And there's John Sebastian. It might not have been John. We went, no.
Oh, they
I think there
say.
might have been a few of them that were
It could
not
have been a
remembering.
few in that spot. But yeah,
They say if you remember Woodstock, you weren't there.
yeah, what the hell was that Crosby, Stills, Nash song about? Anyway, so John Sebastian is, I'll give him massive props here. Is actually got Brad and Andrea. Is he still alive?
I believe he is.
Okay.
Oh, see, I didn't look into that part of him.
Yeah.
I got looking into the song mostly and didn't find a lot to go on there.
So I know that he
is still alive.
yeah, he will periodically pop up in some oldie circuits and folk festivals. And yeah, he put out a bunch of solo stuff that never did anything on his own after leaving Love and Spoonful. And then he, just because his agent was the agent of what's his name from Welcome Back, Kotter, they put them together. He couldn't, the show was supposed to just be called Kotter, and he couldn't come up with anything other than otter that rhymed with Kotter. So he created this song called Welcome Back. And they actually liked it so much that they changed the name of the TV show to Welcome Back, Kotter, so it fit in with the theme. And honestly, it's a great TV theme.
So Alan Sachs was the creator of this show, and yeah, wanted that whole Love and Spoonful sound for it, so hired on John Sebastian.
Love and Spoonful. You got a spoon.
Only one spoonful.
Yeah, just a little bit. But yeah, hired him for this.
But anyway,
and everything Andrea just said is like, I can't picture that show without that song, because I mean, there's still days today where I'm like, well, we'll tease him a lot, but we got him on the spot. Welcome back, and it'll just run through my head a few times.
I think the popularity of that show, and it was very popular. It had a 4-year run. It sprung the career of John Travolta. But I think the popularity of it had a lot to do with their catchphrases. And I think this song really plays into that whole theme of just a couple of short, catchy tidbits.
Well, even going into the 90s, catchphrases really marked a show, like water cooler talk, and you were hitting the catchphrases, everything from whoa to, how you doing? And, all that stuff, or you got it, dude.
Okay. So with that, who's the Joey Lawrence and which one of us is the Matt LeBlanc of this pair?
I don't know. Could this question be any more ridiculous?
I threw you a knuckleball and you just sort of like blasted that 500 feet out of the park. To the point that Andrew was making, though, from what I was reading, when Sebastian sort of did this, he just sort of like did this as a TV theme. So he said nothing else after the 1-minute blurb. And so when this came out, I guess it would have been the fall of '75. I could be off on that, maybe by a year. This was a monster hit. Now, I'm just old enough to remember when people had Welcome Back, Kotter lunchboxes. So like this was a monster smash of the late 70s.
The Beastie Boys referenced Welcome Back, Kotter in one of their songs.
Oh, did they? Wait, which song?
Sorry, I know this one. It was off of License to Ill.
Put you on the spot. Welcome back. Sorry.
No, it was off of License to Ill.
Okay.
Hang on here. Anyway,
right.
Walk amongst yourselves.
Yeah. So while you're looking that, so like, from what I understand, Sebastian was just sort of like hired to sort of like do that, which is I think why part of it sort of worked. What?
Got it. It's off of Hey Ladies.
On which one?
Hey ladies. Hey ladies.
So I think that's also why it's got that great hook that opens. Now, both of you probably looked at the same sort of research that I did, and some people aren't really big fans of this particular song as sort of a single, but I think it's got the great hook for what a TV show is. Boom, boom, ba boom, boom, ba boom, ding, ding, ding. For a folk song and for a singer-songwriter song at the 70s, most of them didn't have the hook that opens. This one does.
Well, even listening to it there, you've got a bit of the bluesy notes to it there as well, and the walking bass in there and stuff. So
Also interesting that there is no drums.
Oh, I didn't even
I never
notice
even
that.
noticed that.
There is some light percussion with hand claps, but there is no drums.
Oh,
Which is very unusual. Not so much in the singer-songwriter world, but in a TV theme, it's very odd.
Musical student Andrea Tessmann, everyone.
I went into the 5th page of Google searches just for tidbits on this song, any kind of controversy or 5th page. I mean, we're starting to get into Welcome Back, Kotter porn here.
I don't want to see your Google searches.
Sorry.
Brad, your search history and mine is very different.
Oh.
Apparently mine isn't with this.
Just saying, Kirk might go down some rabbit holes too. That's what we call looking for furry porn.
So back to Welcome Back, Kotter.
Welcome back.
Welcome back
to our regularly scheduled programming. Yeah, so great catchy theme song for a TV show, written at about 55 seconds. Then it was so popular that they decided, and it was the studio that came back and said, we need to make this a single.
Yeah.
So he wrote a not as great second verse, not bad, but still just, and then put an instrumental and then repeated the chorus and tied it off at 2 minutes and 50 seconds. It's not a great song.
No, it should never have hit number 1, which is why it's perfect for this. It shouldn't have hit number 1, but I think it did because of how warmly Welcome Back, Kotter was received. Like Andrea was saying before, it was a well-received show. It was a popular show. It ran for the 4 seasons there. You had, 20-somethings who should have been, third-year college students playing a high school kid.
That hasn't changed.
Nothing's changed there.
No,
Look at Glee. No. They were all in their late 20s.
I miss season 1 Glee goodness. After that, it got really, really crappy.
No more musicals.
For those of you on audio only, Brad just flipped Kirk the double bird.
Double bird, 2 in majestic flight, only because of the fact that there should always be more musicals.
All the things I've ever said, I get the double bird for saying no musicals.
Yes, because you're treading on sacred ground here. You're spitting on holy turf.
Okay, here's the other amazing thing. Brad and I are both very heterosexual. He's all about musicals. I'm all about disco.
Yeah, I don't know if we can put very in front of heterosexual anymore after that.
I can. I'm just saying we are. I'm just saying
$5 is $5, right?
Okay, all right, Andrea, get us back on track. Because now I'm starting to question a couple things here after we keep doing this here. So please.
Yeah,
at least in my work, when that phrase comes up, it's $20 is $20. So
well, yeah, but you can charge a bit more.
Well, let me tell you what I buy for $1, which is Andrea sort of getting us back on.
You could get us back on track. Yeah, I don't have much else to say about this. I do. Okay.
It is the vanilla ice cream of our song picks so far.
Well, no, see, I don't feel that. Okay, it is, but I think we have to talk about the power of the show, because I'm looking at all the other program. There's a great site that sort of talks about TV show themes that sort of have generated hits. I'm pretty sure this is the only one that's gone number 1, and Travolta, and this is from the power of Travolta. John Travolta.
We've talked about the power of Travolta.
And we're going to, when this show concludes and then morphs into something else, and the greatest series ever, the Saturday Night Fever #1 show.
What are we going to do when we have to talk about the power of Tom Cruise, though?
I don't know, but Huey Lewis will be on and he'll talk about the power of love.
Oh, there we go. Perfect. Oh, Celine Dion could also talk about the power of love. Oh, and oh,
I was just going to say, I don't think we need reanimated corpses on the show, but then I thought that was kind of mean. But then I said it anyways.
you
Celine
did
Dion is
really.
a reanimated corpse.
Oh no, that was Glory of Love, so that wouldn't be Power of Love. Yeah, I was thinking the Karate Kid theme.
Now I'm supposed to think about the reanimated corpse of the person that Celine Dion always had sex with, Renee Anjou. Hey, Google it. I'm not wrong, but anyway.
I know it's a difficult one to pronounce, but yes, you had more to say on Welcome Back, Kotter.
I did. I think this is one of those.
I don't know why
Google's
Google got possessed
interrupting.
there.
No, I do think that this is a #1 song based on the power of a television show off the strength of someone who became a massive teen idol. Travolta is still a star today, but Travolta in the 70s. I'm trying to think of anyone who might be 20 or under who are watching us, which there aren't. Who can
Travolta had his launch with this one in much the same way that Winkler did. You know, he wasn't a lead character in the show. He was definitely supporting cast, but he wasn't like the star of the show. It wasn't Welcome Back.
It was a giant breakout. It was a giant breakout. And Travolta from the last half of that decade was not just a female heartthrob. He was somebody that guys could sort of say, like, okay, I wouldn't mind being him.
Like Fonzie.
Yeah, like Fonz. So if John Travolta is not cast in this show, I honestly believe this does not go #1.
I don't know. What if you cast Nicolas Cage instead?
Hey, if it was 97, then that could have been.
Yeah, no. 80. Well, hey, he was in Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
No, I'm just referencing Face Off.
The only thing that I think Cage has ever made better was Raising Arizona. Other than that, you could have put anybody else in that role and it would have been better.
Have you watched his new one that's just Nicolas Cage playing Nicolas Cage pretending to be
but I need to see that.
It's good. It's awful, but it's good. Yeah.
Okay.
It's exactly what you would expect of Nicolas Cage playing literally Nicolas Cage pretending to be an action hero.
A mathematician should sort of like do some type of show from 1980 on of just sort of like a wave thing of just like, I don't know, like a Excel sheet, like those things like on Reddit. I see Data is Beautiful of just like Cage Travolta, just.
Well, I don't think either of them can say no to a role. I think their agents will come up to them and say, hey, this script kind of sucks, but maybe you want to have a look. And they're like, I'll do it. I mean, Travolta did Battlefield Earth, for God's sake.
Well, yeah, but he had to do Battlefield Earth because of who did that.
That's true. Well, Ron Hubbard, Scientology, you got to kind of do it. Cruise.
He's not Cruise.
No, he's not Cruise.
Scientology.
So John Travolta, yeah, I agree with you. He probably made the show, and therefore it was super popular. The then theme song became super popular. Should not have been a #1 hit aside from the popularity of the show.
Let's go back though. There's a couple other things that I think helped this. All right, so you tied in with the Love and Spoonful. So you've got people just a little bit older that sort of like, it's John Sebastian. I like this guy. He's a likable guy. Also, too, and we've all talked about this, the three of us, the 70s was a great decade for singer-songwriters. Which this was a singer-songwriter song.
Yes, it was.
Very much.
It didn't hurt. So you've got, as much as I want to sort of like say Travolta had a lot to do with it, you've got a couple other factors that really, really help.
I actually just went back and looked at the cast here because now I've got my double monitor set up and I can do that. Gabe Kaplan was doing stuff before this and after. Not as much as Travolta. Travolta really was, I mean, John Sylvester White was the principal. So he went on and did other things as well.
Mr. Woodman.
Mr. Woodman. But yeah, you don't really see these other guys. Even
No.
Arnold Horshack. Yeah, there we go.
Ron
Palillo. Not doing a heck of a lot.
Well, none of them did. They were all typecast.
Vinnie Barbarino was kind of the tits.
Well, because he looked like Vinnie Barbarino.
That's true. Actually, he looked more like John Travolta, don't you think?
Shockingly like John Travolta.
Like if you put them side by side.
There is a bit of a
It's a young John Travolta right there.
Yeah, you're right. A young John Travolta. That's good.
I'm trying to. I got a point.
Oh, sorry.
Wait, you have one today?
One sec, because I got to flip to double bird here.
Oh, double bird. Okay. Oh, what's gonna happen?
Oh, it's the Jack and the Bird.
What's gonna happen?
God damn it, Andrea! Now that's ruined.
Bird in the box is probably a better term than Jack in the Bird because that sounds wrong.
What's in the box? What's in the box?
What's in the box, Kirk?
Is it Gwyneth Paltrow's head? Oh, I thought it was Gwyneth Paltrow's head.
You could do this one.
Well, I sort of like this one here. It's like, Anyway, okay, all right, let's move on. I don't even know.
Bunch of mature bastards we are.
I lost my point.
Oh, I'm sorry.
They have drugs for that.
I hate you both.
Yes. As well, you should.
As I should.
You had a point about John Travolta.
I remember my point.
Ooh.
I remember my point. This is actually sort of like if you're following us lineally, the last show we did was about the Osmonds.
Mm-hmm.
And when we did the Osmonds, there was a TV movie about the Jacksons, and they were upset about the Osmonds, and Joe Jackson was played by Lawrence Hilton Jacobs, who is...
Oh, that would be Freddie.
Yes, there's only one black guy. Jesus Christ!
I couldn't remember his name, and Brad had the cast open. So
I have the cast open over here. Yeah.
God damn it! Just save us. What do we got next week?
That would be Bradley.
Such a defeatist attitude. Now I got the choice here for you guys because I can't decide.
Give us hints. Don't tell us which.
Yeah, I'm only going to give you hints. No telling which. We could go singer-songwriter again, or we could go quasi-synth disco.
There we go.
Kirk's picking disco. I'll stand by him.
All right, then. Yeah, we're going to go with Lips Incorporated.
We've already done that.
Son of a bitch. Then we're going to go to my other one.
Okay, for those wondering, there was like the pre-time. There was the before Brad.
Yeah, I don't remember those times. I mean, I watched all the episodes before I came on board, and that's why I was like, I totally fangirled when you guys invited me. I'm like, did you get my panties that I mailed to you? I couldn't throw them to you, Kirk.
I got them, smelled them.
Yep. Yep.
I think my dog's running around with them in his mouth right now.
Fragrant, no. I'm not going to send you unworn panties. So
I guess we're going back to
then my other one was a debate because our good friends Simon and Garfunkel, not to be confused with Garfunkel and Oates,
who are excellent. I highly recommend go checking those gals out if you have a chance.
100%. See, it would have been easy to go and pick Sound of Silence because it had its resurgence in
Hello, my old friend.
You know, that one, I still listen to it.
Did you make a frog?
No, that was
I gotta say, I love that version of the song, to be honest. It's great.
Yeah. Hair on the back of my neck stood straight up. I looked like a porcupine for a week after listening to that. But anyway, the other one was Mrs. Robinson, and I kind of thought, that's not bad. It's good, but I can understand why it would have made it there because it had the right sound for the time. So I'm gonna pick Bridge Over Troubled Water.
Oh,
When you're down and out, feeling small.
And
When tears are in your eyes.
Helping.
all right. So we got a legendary song. Okay.
Yeah, it's legendary, absolutely, but its sound doesn't fit what was like big at the time. So I'm kind of curious to look a little deeper into it and figure out why it got to number one.
All right.
Well, here's to you, Mr. Nelson.
And to you,
Jesus loves you
don't you know?
more than you will know.
More
Whoa.
than you will know. Yeah, there we go.
Damn it! I got nothing.
I hear that song and all I think of, I'm not trying to seduce you. Would you like me to seduce you? Mrs. Robinson.
How did
Theme from The Graduate,
Yep.
Dustin Hoffman.
Definitely Dustin Hoffman.
Definitely Dustin Hoffman.
15 minutes till Hoffman.
Nice. Well, with that, hey,
Okay. Wait.
Kirk, Valentine's Day is coming up. You know what would be a great gift? A book. Do you have an idea what kind of book?
So long as it's under the Valentine's Day tree, I would love a book about wrestling.
well, Chavo Guerrero Instant Class. You can get that on Amazon. You can. Yeah. Actually,
They'll even gift wrap it for you if you ask them to.
if you get it right now, Andrea will she'll autograph it for you.
Yeah, absolutely.
So do that. Chavo Guerrero Instant Classic about the late great Chavo Guerrero Sr. I had the pleasure of co-writing his autobiography. Love you, brother. Great man. And he actually probably partied with Travolta. I know he partied with Henry Winkler. I know that for sure. Because he almost beat up Henry Winkler. He told me that.
Oh,
That sounds like a reasonable story. I think lots of people probably almost beat up Harry Winkler.
Well, Henry Winkler tried to sort of like get him to fight him in the show. So like in the movie. I told you that.
No,
I've
I
got to
don't
read
think
your
so.
book.
but I think I need to read the book to find out the story.
Yeah, there you go. It's all in the book. Chavo Guerrero, Instant Classic. Also, too, there's a story about him and John Holmes. John the Watt Holmes. Ah!
Oh.
Ah! Ah!
Andrea, because you're innocent and don't know, John Holmes was a porn star.
Thank you for explaining, because I'm innocent and didn't know these things.
Damn near virginal.
Actually, Andrea, this is what we call mansplaining. Now, mansplaining is
Oh, Kirk, you're condescending toward Andrea, and condescending is when you talk to somebody like they're an idiot.
I'm sorry. My apologies.
Oh,
Okay,
that was fun.
as the remaining female audience leaves, and could kick out.
It's nice to see you.
Yeah, there you go. There's also a few other shows that I do here in the Buchnerverse.
Still say Jazz Hands suits the Buchnerverse better. Not this reading rainbow
Yes.
two-fingered windshield wiper business.
The more you know.
I will
you
convince you that Jazz Hands is the way to go.
No, it is not, because that's already been done. Nobody does this. I do this. This is my bit. This is me. Me.
Marsha.
That's exactly what I was going to say, Brad. Okay, so what are your other shows, Brad? Or, I mean,
Hi, I'm Brad.
I'm sorry, because all middle-aged white guys look the same.
We
I mean,
do
you-
when we have short hair and like graying beards, and we're vaguely chubby and very charismatic.
somewhat Germanic.
That's all true.
What are you saying exactly?
Anyway, what are your other
Well-
shows, Kirk?
Well, I have the weekly Hall of Fame show I do with Evan Nolan, where we talk about Halls of Fame. It's the flagship of the Buchnerverse. Huh? Buchnerverse. I don't know if you all watched the opening of this show. It says a Buchnerverse production. Doesn't say
I'm not. Hey,
opening.
I am not putting that into question at all. whether it's got that's the weird little Vulcan mind meld hand swipey with windshield wiper business. That's the only thing I'm questioning. I think Buchnerverse is great. I think it should come with jazz hands.
Jazz hands. Everyone does jazz hands. God damn
Who
it.
does jazz hands?
People who do jazz hands. That's who does it. People wonder why I drink so much. They really don't. Anyway, other shows that I do. Chris Bourdain and I do have a show. It's kind of a sister show where we look at this crap was on national television. Well, we just filmed Small Wonder.
Who
Yeah.
does not hold up. Didn't hold up then.
Exactly. So look for that soon. Sports fans, the classic the retro football show where we're looking at the Iron Bowl. The Iron Bowl. Andrew, where were you for the Iron Bowl? I'm sorry, it's the Ice Bowl. Where were you for that? Well, you weren't born yet because it was 1967. God.
See, that's my excuse. That's why I didn't know about it, because I wasn't alive.
Well, it's a pretty big deal here on that. Also, too, we do our mock committees. We do all sorts of things. And if you don't like me, then I guess you're, oh shit.
It is the Buchnerverse.
If you don't like Kirk, what are you doing in the Buchnerverse? Get out of the Buchnerverse. Go to the other verse.
I gotta find other hosts.
It's a multiverse out there. There's multiverses that you could be in, if not the Buchnerverse. But we like you here, so hang out.
Well, I appreciate that. I've been watching a lot of MCU, but like I need somebody else as a host because, God damn it, I've been getting a lot of anti-comments about my Beachcomber show. But anyway.
Didn't you also get on a show recently, somebody else's show?
No.
Oh, I thought you did.
Well, no, I have interviewed a few other people. Actually, here's one that I'm really proud of. I interviewed Sean Foreman. Sean is the president and founder of Sports Reference. Now, if you are a fan of any kind of sports stat, you've gone to his stuff. So baseball reference, football reference, hockey reference. That's also on the Buchnerverse. Check that out, and I'm really proud of that one. That is something I'm super duper Alice Cooper proud of. I was probably invited on a bunch of other shows, but I drink a lot, and I don't remember what else I did. I'm sure I was just as entertaining, but that one that I did with Sean, I'm super proud of.
Very nice.
Yeah, I'm very proud of that. That is it's actually something I fanboyed out, actually.
Very cool.
Yeah. I also did something with Greg Oliver. Greg Oliver is the owner of Slam Wrestling. And,
oh, really?
Okay, so the two of you might remember this. You more than Andrea, possibly. You ever heard of the hilarious House of Frightenstein?
Yes.
No?
Sounds vaguely familiar, but
well, if you're not,
no.
Okay.
I remember Dr. Tongue's 3D House of Beef. Are they related?
No. Okay. Well, okay. So this is more of a Southern Ontario thing. So the Hilarious House of Frightenstein was a TV show on CHCH in Hamilton, and that ran for. It didn't run for that long, but it was with a guy named Billy Van, who played every character. I'll send you some stuff after. I think you might get a kick out of that. And he was also like a writer and performer on the Sonny and Cher show and a bunch of stuff like in Southern Ontario that was like a big deal for me. So for me to interview Greg Oliver, who wrote Billy Van's unauthorized biography, it was really, really cool. So I got to talk to somebody who I think is the king of pop culture for me in that area.
Nice.
Yeah.
cool.
So fanboy.
Yeah, no doubt.
Okay,
Good that you had the opportunity to do that.
Yeah, maybe someone's got a fanboy talking to me.
Hey, you never know. Keep it up in the Buchnerverse, and
That's true. I mean,
we'll get some fans.
They didn't have a verse. I have a verse.
I still say the jazz hands are going to catapult you to success.
I
to
do not want
success.
jazz hands. I want this. 2 fingers like this.
We're going to have to come up with a name for that.
Okay. On that note, wherever your head is at,
Where is your head at?
Where's your head at? Where's your head at?
Where's your head? Okay, with that, wherever you are, wherever you may be, Andrea may have taken us off the rails. That's her job. That's okay.
I tried to get you back.
Not that hard. Stay safe, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.